Hello, beautiful people. I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you are doing well and that you are taking care of yourselves. I'm Chris Danker, and this is Let the Adventure Begin. Let the Adventure Begin with Chris Danker podcast. Hi, welcome to episode 149. I'm calling this one Just 10 Images, and I'm taking it from Suleika Jaouad's latest book called The Book of Alchemy. It just came out on April 22nd of this year, and I've been holding on to it, waiting for it to be a summer read, because in it she includes 100 essays from different people of all walks of life. And this is a collection of essays that she got from different people during her time when she, one of the times when she was experiencing setbacks from leukemia. And if you do not know anything about her, check out her book, Between Two Kingdoms. I actually did a book talk on it very early on in the podcast, episode 27. I'll make sure I link it in the show notes. When she was 22 or 23, she was diagnosed with leukemia and had a 35% chance of survival. And she's had triumphs, she's had setbacks, and she's just such an amazing inspiration. And I couldn't wait to read this book, but like I said, I wanted it to be a summer read so that I could do the prompts each day during the summer, because it will be 100 days, like a 100-day project. And so I've just gotten started with the book, and the essay is the title of this week's episode on Just 10 Images. And it's written by Ash Parsons, and Ash talks about how when their third son that they adopted, when he was born 3 months premature, she was in the NICU unit, daily, and she couldn't really journal. She was exhausted. It wasn't really an opportune time to write, but she would go and think about, 24 hours and think about 10 images that she had in her mind. And then she might just jot bullet points down. And so I decided to do that. And it was just really reflective, because when we think about 24 hours in any given day, there's a lot of mundane things that happen. And yet we can pinpoint different images in our minds that might not really be a big deal. But when we kind of break them down and really give some thought to them, they can be more than just 10 brief images. Maybe one or two of them spark something in us to write about, or to maybe delve a little deeper into. And so I just wanted to share what my 10 images were, and then, put a challenge out to you, and then tell you a little bit about the upcoming next few weeks of the podcast. So the 10 images from 24 hours that I had recently were these: blowing cinnamon into the house for prosperity, peace, health, love, and safety. Seeing a picture of my son when he was a baby, with my stepdad sitting next to us on a couch. An after dinner walk with my husband. Crying at not feeling relevant or not being able to fix things for loved ones. Taking the white nail polish off my toes. Finding the painting I bought from a student in 2010. Holding a cup of warm lemon water while I meditated. The feel of the warm shower this morning and the scent of the shampoo as I lathered my hair. Rereading journal entries and throwing away old pictures I should have gotten rid of years ago. the leg lamp that I got many years ago as a gift that continues to sit on my desk each day. And I like this prompt because it did make me think about the last 24 hours. Honestly, I didn't think I would be able to come up with 10 images, and yet I did. Some of them felt meaningful, and others did feel insignificant, and that's really more than okay. I think that, doing something like this just really allows us to, like I said, break down and think about some of the things that were just like fleeting, but then others that for me as a writer that I could take a look at and do a deeper dive and write more about some of the topics that were in my 10 images from a 24-hour period. So obviously my challenge to you is this, to at some point during the day or in the evening or even in the morning, just a small pocket of time where you can just write down 10 images from the last 24 hours. And again, mine were basically bullet points. I didn't go into depth with description. I just wrote down either something that, I try to think about my senses, something that I was sensory in terms of what I saw or what I felt or what I smelled or what I heard. Those are some things that I kept in mind as I wrote down my 10 things. So I hope that you'll do this practice. I know that I don't know if I'll do it every day, but I really think it's worth coming back to time and time again because it does allow us some time to reflect a little bit, even if we only have 2 or 3 minutes in our day to do so. And if writing them down doesn't feel right to you, just mentally go through them, say them out loud to yourself, or this would be a great thing to do with your partner, with a friend, with a relative, to just bounce back and forth different things that were, in your mind that were images from your 24 hours. I think that could be very meaningful and very impactful and could actually then, especially if you do this with someone else, that it could maybe open up more conversation and allow you to talk about different things in terms of the images, because you might say something and the other person would be like, I'm really curious about that. Tell me more. And so, like I said, it could really bring about some great conversations with someone else in your life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today on the Just 10 Images. I want to talk to you about next week's episode. I'm really excited about it. It is episode 150. And it is going to be kind of a reflection and also looking forward, because I am coming to the end of my 3rd year of doing Let the Adventure Begin with Chris Danker, and I'm getting ready to embark upon year number 4. So I'm super excited to talk about, like I said, what I have learned in the last 3 years, especially this last year. And then what I would like to see year 4 and what I'm anticipating and excited about in year number 4. I'm also going to share in an upcoming episode some surgery that I'm going to be having in June, and what that is going to entail for me. And then I'm also, because there's some recovery involved with the surgery, I'm going to have 2 episodes in June that will be, one that has been the most downloaded, listened to podcast episode to date. And then I'm also going to share one of my favorites. And so that's what I wanted to tell you about, in terms of what is coming up during the month of June. I hope that you are having a fantastic week. And until next week, I hope you let your adventure begin. Peace.